Get rid of Yaz. She's just annoying. She
just stands in the background doing nothing.
Yeah,
she just stood like this.
She's waiting. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second instalment of Film Topic.
Oh wow, that actually worked. Okay.
Yes. Hello, I am Jamie. This is Aaron.
Yes, I am Aaron. Mr. Baubles is not here anymore.
No, he's gone somewhere.
We did say in the previous episode it was going to be about Aquaman, but that has been indefinitely postponed.
Yeah, we do apologise because this man.
Yes.
Explain the story.
So basically, I went to watch Aquaman, and 85-90% of the way through the film, the fire alarm went off, and we had to get evacuated. And because it was late, and because it was Christmas Eve, we couldn't go back in and watch it.
So the gist of it is you haven't seen the ending.
I haven't seen the ending.
So we don't want to talk about it until Aaron's seen the ending.
Because, I still don't know what happens at the end, and I don't want it spoiled for me.
So we apologise so much.
Yes,
we're terribly sorry. But it's still going to happen, though. We're still going to do that episode down the line. It may be episode 3 or episode 4.
So, for the second instalment, we're talking Doctor Who again.
Yep.
As of recording this, the New Year's Day special resolution aired yesterday.
Yep.
And it's fresh in our brains. And we want to unleash our opinions.
Our thoughts. Our terrible, yet weird thoughts upon the show.
Jamie, what were your expectations going
My
into this
expectations, you want to hear? Right,
I want to hear your expectations.
My expectations for this episode going into... I just didn't have much going into this. I was not looking forward to it. I didn't want the Daleks to be in it. You could say I'm quite sceptical.
Yeah?
I'm quite sceptical going to this after the disappointing Series 11. But before watching it on the New Year's Day, I thought about the Daleks again and thought, you know what, maybe I am somewhat wrong. Maybe the Daleks could be a good choice, because my opinions do change.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that the Daleks is a good choice because the Doctor needs a worthy opponent to rise up.
It's the one thing that was lacking in the last series was a worthy adversary to the Doctor. Right?
Yeah, so I thought, okay, if they do it well, if they execute it well, I believe that the Daleks could be a good choice. What's your thoughts then?
My expectations, well, unlike you, I actually kind of wanted the Daleks to return. I mean, it was pretty obvious the Daleks were coming back. I mean, they didn't hide it very well.
The marketing was not.
The marketing was making it so obvious.
Yeah.
But I was actually wanting the Daleks to return because a part of the reason why Series 11 was quite disappointing for me personally was because of the lack of familiarity.
Yeah, definitely.
There wasn't anything familiar. You know, everything that from the past of Doctor Who was not in Series 11, and I get why they were doing that. I get why they didn't bring back any old villains. I get why a lot of the classic Doctor Who stuff weren't really in Series 11, because, you know, they wanted it to be a good jumping on point for new fans.
Yeah, I still think it was a good jumping on point, but...
It's a good jumping on point. Going into that season, you don't really need a big prior knowledge of past Doctor Who.
Well, 26% of the people, audience score on Rotten Tomatoes like
yes.
it. Oh my god, the show is sinking so bad. This episode was redemption.
Yes. Overall, Resolution was a pretty good episode.
Yeah, it was actually
and
decent.
I don't know if I'm just saying that because I wasn't expecting much because of how disappointed I was in Series 11. I don't want to come across that I hate Series 11. I don't hate it. I did like some parts of it. It's just, overall as a series, it was pretty disappointing.
Yeah. See, if you compare this episode, Aaron, to like this, that's the thing. It feels like a normal episode. It doesn't feel like a special whatsoever.
This should have been the finale to Series 11.
I completely agree.
This should have been the finale to Series 11. This actually, you know, it felt somewhat special, and that could be because there's a Dalek in it, but, you know, we'll get into that.
It could have been set on Christmas Day.
New Year's Day didn't really have anything to do with the plot.
No, but it would have worked on Christmas.
It could have worked on Christmas. They could have just added some snow.
Yeah, they could have added some snow, and some of the jokes that they've used in the episode, like to do with the Wi-Fi going off, and they have to have a conversation, which was funny. But I think that would have worked better if it was Christmas. It would actually have an impact.
Compared to other specials, it's not the best one.
No.
Compared to like other past specials, like in previous series, it definitely isn't the best one. But in terms of what we had from Series 11, and what we've had from Jodie so far, I'd say it's actually been really good. It's probably the best that we've had of it so far.
Yeah.
I think anyway. Some of the same problems from Series 11 still exist, and they're still there.
May I just say, don't get your hopes up. When Aaron says this is the best of Jodie Whittaker, don't get your hopes up. Because we're saying this is the best, but when you compare it to all the rest of New Who, it's just okay.
It fails in comparison.
Yeah, it fails in comparison. It's just okay. But when you compare it back to Series 11, how disappointing and underwhelming it was, this is actually an okay episode. It was good for what it was. But as an overall New Who story, it was okay. It was just fairly average. I think we should talk about the story from the intro all the way to the ending.
Yeah, we've got points here in my trusty Venom notepad. Obviously, we're going to start with the opening.
Yeah, obviously the introduction to the story.
I'd say this was a pretty solid opening, especially compared to the rest of Series 11. The whole brief battle sequences between all of the the Viking soldiers or whatever they are, I don't know what you'd call them. It looked really good, and this whole idea that these opposing sides had to come together to take down this one big enemy. Ooh, who was it?
So within the first minute of the episode, the scale is already tremendous already.
Yes.
It's already setting up so much mystery, which is so good.
Yeah, that was one thing that was lacking, because, spoiler alert, if you've not seen this episode...
Yes, spoiler alert.
Don't watch this episode, but I think it's pretty obvious. Mystery surrounding the Daleks. And the beginning part of this episode was done really well, I thought. There was a good narration over the soldiers were coming together to take down this big threat that we didn't know about, even though we know it's a Dalek. Overall, as an opening, compared to Series 11, I think it was a solid one. Oh yeah, and they said that each of these soldiers of each opposing side each went to their own home country to take parts of the body of this enemy. They split it into 3 parts, and they took each part into a different part of the world. One was Yorkshire, represent!
Yeah!
White Rose! The other was in Russia, and I cannot remember for the life of me what the other one was, but it was an island.
It was just an island, a nice looking beach.
Yeah, it was just a tropical island of some kind.
So next we find ourselves in the TARDIS with the Doctor.
The TARDIS was used more in this episode than it was the entirety of Series 11. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident that that's true, because we got a lot of TARDIS action in this episode, which is a really, really good thing, because one of the things that was lacking in Series 11 was a TARDIS action. Yeah. And we got a good look at the TARDIS.
Team TARDIS in there was brilliant.
Yeah. We had some good TARDIS stuff in this episode. I won't lie, this was really good.
Some scenes that happened later on in the episode, we could actually see when the TARDIS dematerializes, the crystals, claws, moved in like that.
They went up and down like spider legs.
Yeah, that's what reminded me too.
That looked really cool. There were details in the TARDIS that I missed from Series 11 that I managed to see in this.
They stuck out like a bright light.
Yeah, because we actually, to be honest, this has improved this TARDIS for me a bit, because it didn't look as dark. I don't know if that was just me. It didn't look as dark as it did in Series 11.
It did seem fairly...
It seemed a bit lighter.
Yeah, a bit lighter, yeah.
But yeah, so we had a good amount of TARDIS action in this.
Also, when it's dematerializing, it's not just the spider claws. Also, there's a scene where the companions walk through the door and you can see the time vortex.
You could see
through the windows of the TARDIS.
Yeah, there was a shot. The shot is like what we are now, and the TARDIS door windows are here from the inside, and you can actually see lighting and stuff of the time vortex outside. That was a really cool little detail.
The small details just make it worthwhile.
I do think the dispenser was used again in this episode, but it didn't dispense a custard cream. It dispensed some kind of little ball technology thing. I can't remember what she used it for.
So it's not a custard cream dispenser then.
It dispenses anything.
It's just a normal dispenser, and there's a little hole at the bottom of the TARDIS where the Doctor looks through. And the microphone, which we'll talk about later on.
Oh yeah, the microphone was pretty
cool. That was really good.
The 2 side characters of this episode, Lynn and Mitch, was it?
I think
2
there
archaeologists. What do you think to those?
I think there was. I think the characters was good. I think they was used well. And the segue to the scene with the characters, to the introduction of the characters, I thought that was brilliant. How it just transitioned from that fallen Viking character to his bones
under the sand,
from the sand to in the floor of this new location. I thought it was really good. I thought that was clever. The cinema just.
Cinematography. Yeah. Again, this episode looked good. Yeah, the characters of Mitch and Lynn, the 2 side characters of this episode. I thought they were okay. They had a little romance between them at the start.
Yeah, they had some development, which was good.
They had a little romance between them at the start, which was a little, it was a little cutesy. As characters, though, I think they were some of the better ones that we've had this series in terms of side characters.
Yeah.
They actually they actually joined the team in the TARDIS and to do some stuff. Actually felt like they did something.
Yeah, they weren't just there.
Yeah, they weren't just there, and they didn't just get killed, which was a surprise. I thought at least one of them was just going to get killed off. Like,
I didn't meet my expectations. It was completely changed. I didn't think it would turn out like this.
I was just expecting them to be throwaway characters that would just get killed off or whatever.
So far, it was pretty good. It's a lot better than we thought it would be.
And they find the Dalek. They find the Dalek, and a UV light awakens the Dalek, and
I thought that was stupid, man. I thought that was pathetic. A UV light just wakes it up. It's not something magical. It's just a light. You might as well cook Daleks for breakfast.
And it just slips out of its bag, and Lynn finds the Dalek on a wall, and that's when the Doctor and Team TARDIS, the fam, I hate that.
And when she says, mate.
Oh,
mate, I'm gonna. Oh my god, mate.
There is a point towards the end of the episode which would have been so much better if she didn't say mate. We'll talk about that
just
later, though.
Remove it. Don't say it. Scenes are more effective and more doctory, if that's a word, without them phrases.
But when Lynn finds the Dalek on the wall, like, what's this? The Dalek and co turn up, and it's gone.
I did like the look of the Dalek. It was a bit weird.
Most Daleks, from what I remember, from what I've seen,
from the David Tennant series. From series 1 to series 7. They've all had a similar look. They've all been like a creamy look.
Yeah, like a pinky sort of fleshy colour.
Yeah, the brains have been like... brains are pink, the skin colour's like a cream colour, and the eyes slightly changed. And besides Dalek Sekways,
Dalek Sek was...
blue.
Yeah, Dalek Sek
like
was different.
Pale blue.
And there's probably other ones that I just can't remember off the top of my head now.
This one was really like a squid.
It was like a dark bluey colour. It was like a bluey sort of mucky greeny colour. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, "That's a Dalek." What do you think of the whole thing that it could control a person when it attaches itself?
I don't know if that will damage the lot of Doctor Who, but I like it and I dislike it. I like the fact that they can cling on to people, but the fact of controlling it seems a little bit too far fetched, even for Doctor Who. But this is a different Dalek. This is a scout. Maybe one of its tentacles. That's where it can latch onto you.
The one thing that it didn't bother me because eventually she explained that it's not like a standard Dalek. It's a scout, like one of the first to leave Skaro before the standard Daleks did.
It's pretty good then. It all makes sense.
It didn't bother me much, and I was like, you know what, this is an interesting take on the Dalek. If there's one thing that we need now, because we've had so much Daleks through over this new series, over new Doctor Who, that you need to do something different with them. And it was different.
It was good though.
It was different. I think it was good. It was different having a Dalek controlling a person. And to be honest,
there's just one thing I didn't like.
Oh, go on then.
There's one thing I didn't like. That is when the Dalek still has its robotic voice changer, but the guy uses. It still had that Dalek voice that we know, but it's not in its Dalek casing. It's not in its tank.
It wasn't as Dalek-y though. It was like gruff and stuff. Yeah, but you could tell it wasn't in a machine because when it was in the Dalek,
it was rough. But later on,
when it was actually in the Dalek casing, then it had its iconic Dalek voice.
Yeah, but you're not getting the point I'm trying to say. It was rough, but it still sounded too much like if it was in its casing. And towards the late end of the episode, when it was still not in its casing, the voice was still more thingy, robotic, which I didn't like. I guess that's just my opinion. I didn't really like the voice that much.
I don't know. I thought the voice was.
I thought it worked how the person talked. But would it work better if the person Lynn just spoke normally, with her normal voice? Because how would the Dalek talk?
But you got to get that menacing thing across, haven't you?
True.
To make a bad guy, they can't just have an innocent voice going, "I'm going to destroy the world. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you all."
Yeah, I'm not too fond of it, but it might even grow on me. I might like it over time.
Yeah, I thought it was a good different thing to do with the Daleks as far as I was concerned, and it was all building up to reveal the new Dalek casing at the end. So we'll talk about that later.
We will definitely get to that. Oh, just you wait.
Also, this episode we got introduced to Ryan's dad.
Oh, Ryan's dad.
His name's Aaron.
Oh yes. Hello, Dad.
I wish I was better at being a dad. I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry.
You're scaring me, Dad.
Sorry, son. I'm going to make up for all the years I've been gone. So sorry.
Back off.
So yeah, Ryan's dad. Wasn't expecting that.
Absolutely fantastic. I thought that was out of nowhere. We did not expect this whatsoever.
Was not expecting that. Was not expecting Ryan's dad to randomly turn up. That was a pleasant surprise, actually, because all the stuff with Ryan and his dad was really good in this.
And he actually had some character development.
Yeah, I mean...
It was actually good!
Again, Ryan had some development, which is good. Graham was involved in that, so that was good. Yaz, still doing absolutely nothing.
Get rid of Yaz. She's just annoying. She
just stands in the background doing nothing. Yeah, she just stood like this.
She's there waiting. Then, in fact, right, if you go back and watch the episode of BBC iPlayer, there's scenes where Yaz comes up to the camera, stands there, you think she's going to say something.
But he just cuts away. Yeah. Just get rid of Yaz.
Oh, man.
She doesn't need to be there.
Get her sacked.
She does nothing.
Write her out. Kill her off. We don't
do
care.
Something. She doesn't do anything. That has not improved. Yaz still does nothing. The whole stuff for Ryan and his dad was done really, really well.
Yeah, it seems like Chris Chibnall knows how to write.
That's one thing with the series, and this is what a load of other people who talk about the series say. Chris Chibnall is good at writing characters, but he's not good at writing sci-fi.
No.
Which,
no,
I can agree with that. The cafe scene where Ryan and Aaron are... Oh, it's weird to say Aaron.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
No, just refer to him as
I was going to say
Ryan's
dad. Ryan's stuff, the cafe scene with Ryan and Ryan's dad. I thought Ryan's Tosin Cole, his acting was great in this.
It's been a lot better than we've had previously.
I think the whole thing where he just was telling his dad like straight up, listen, you've not been good enough. The whole scene where Ryan gave that big speech when his dad said, what do you want me to say? And Ryan just said all this stuff. Ryan's acting was great in this scene. It's the best that it's been this whole series. Most of the time, we've thought, not that Ryan's a bad actor, I don't think Tosin Cole's a bad actor, it's just the way, he's always looked a bit gormless, hasn't he? He does look a bit gormless sometimes, and he sounds a bit gormless, but in this scene, it was really good. What's the problem?
I wanted to say this to the camera, to you. Does it feel like the apology from Ryan's dad to Ryan, does it feel like it's an apology to the Whovians?
What did he say? I forget.
Sorry, I could have done better.
I could have done better.
Could have done more. I can't remember exactly what he says, but when I was watching
something along those lines,
it just really reminded me of Chris Chibnall thinking what the fans have said, and it's like an apology letter to the fans for destroying Doctor Who.
It could be low-key Chris Chibnall going, listen guys, we screwed up.
We screwed up. There's always another chance.
We screwed up.
It was like, we've made mistakes.
We've all made mistakes. We made a mistake with this series. Here, I've even put a Dalek in the episode for you.
Even that's not enough for you.
Does this show
You're
that I'm
complaining about that?
Does this show that I'm willing to actually just do what you want? Somehow I don't think that's true.
I can't help but think that. I don't watch it.
In a night, it would be cool if it was. I mean, it might be. You never know.
Yeah.
But just with
it's a conspiracy theory.
I'll let him think that. I personally would not think that, but it would be necessary because he has screwed up a bit. But with this episode, he's redeemed it a bit, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff Ryan and his dad.
Yeah.
Great.
So the confrontation with them two is just absolutely brilliant. It was really good. And then next we find ourselves in the story where Lynn is...
Or Dalek Lynn.
Dalek Lynn, yeah, let's just refer to her. Because the Dalek has attached itself to Lynn and
refer to her as Darling.
Darling.
Let's refer to her as Darling.
Darling is driving ferociously up the motorway, giving it full pace.
Giving it full belts.
All the way.
All the way at the highest gear that you can get.
Then, I tell thee, she gets pulled over.
By a bloody great British copper.
Very British.
A great British copper pulls her over and is like, do you know how much you were doing, love? You were doing, what was she doing, 103 mph?
Yeah, and she's like, you are an enemy of the Daleks.
Or Darlings.
Or Darlings.
You are an enemy of the Daleks.
I found it really cool.
And he actually says, how do you spell that? Like, what do you think her name's?
I thought that was really funny. I thought that was good.
We proceed to get a pretty funny scene.
Which sort of resembles the scene out of Men in Black.
Exactly, Men in Black.
Legs is there dangling.
Yeah, the Dalek's attacking the copper, and the copper is in the car window, and you see his legs out the window going like this. And it just made... But we didn't watch this together, but we watched it separately. but it made us both think of Men in Black.
Yeah,
where Will Smith gets attacked by that giant baby alien. But then Darlene takes that other lady copper and takes her outfit and disguises herself as a copper.
Yeah, basically the Dalek's going to go pick up its weapon. Moving on, basically the Doctor finds out at this point in the story that the DNA from the wall where they get that sticky goo from that location. I don't know where it was on that underground location.
Where the Dalek was.
Yeah, she's got the DNA in, and she's found out that it's a Dalek.
Yeah,
she did not seem scared or whatsoever, just really jolly, which I don't like.
She was like, I thought she had a good. I think she had a good moment where she was a bit like taken aback, like, oh, they're back again.
Always survive.
She spent
always come back.
Spent like a load of time finding out what the DNA of this creature was, because when they arrived and met Mitch and Lynn, and she was like, right, okay, well, let's find out what this is, as the Doctor does. She used an egg.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused about that.
She used an egg.
You'll grow 3 heads or something. I don't. What?
They landed the TARDIS in Graham's house, and they brought Paul Graham's chair, and she was like, "Have you got any eggs? I could use that to determine the biology of this goo." I was like, "Okay, eggs, fine." I mean, there's been weirder things in Doctor Who, but I'm just like, is there something that I don't? Can eggs help identify DNA with things?
I don't have a clue.
I don't know, but. When she finds out it's a Dalek, I know you don't think that she was very, convincing. I think she had a good moment where she was like, a Dalek.
I just thought it was just fairly average. I don't know. Because of all that's happened, maybe I'm expecting something more dramatic from the Doctor.
The way she reacted from the Dalek compared to other Doctors, she wasn't really scared of the Dalek. I mean, it slowly got to a point. I mean, when the Ninth Doctor first comes across the Dalek in Dalek in Series 1.
Yeah.
That was the peak of the Doctor being scared of Daleks. That was,
yeah.
Because if you recall, when the Ninth Doctor and that Dalek confrontation is one of the best scenes in Doctor Who ever. Dalek is a masterclass of an episode, and that entire scene between the Ninth Doctor and that Dalek is just... I love that scene.
Oh, it's orgasmic.
But, you haven't quite reached that height of the Doctor being, like, sort of scared of the Daleks.
I will say it's okay. I know I'm expecting more, but it just seems... Not much from Jodie Whittaker. I was expecting a lot more. But it's still good. I think looking back at it again, it's in character with her performance.
The other Doctors at least have a sense of how dangerous the Daleks are.
It's like she's the only one that doesn't, though.
Yeah,
that's probably why I'm quite upset.
She was pretty confident towards this Dalek.
Darling.
Or Darling. Yeah, not quite a Dalek yet. Overall, as soon as she finds out that there's a Dalek involved, she snaps more into a Doctor mode for me.
Yeah. I completely agree with you.
And I think that is good, because minus a few moments here and there, whenever she's talking to the Dalek in this episode, or Darlene, whenever she's talking about that, or she's telling all the other characters about what Dalek is, it's a really good moment. I think that we've got the best out of Jodie in this episode because of the fact that there's a Dalek involved. It could have worked if it was any other villain too, if they had brought back a Cyberman, for example, or anything. Like, there just hasn't been that challenge to the 13th Doctor yet.
I think it was a reasonable I think it was a reasonable choice, and it really worked. It really did.
It did. It brought the best performance out of Jodie that we've had so far. Just having that challenge, because there was all the villains in Series 11 posed no threat whatsoever.
There's a ton of haters of Doctor Who now.
The fandom has been split. It's like Star Wars now. Like, there's people who like it and there's people who hate it. I think majority hate it now.
I'm in the middle. I'm trying to see both sides.
I'm in the middle. I'll never stop watching Doctor Who.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
We are hardcore Whovians. We will not give in.
We will never give in. Doesn't matter how many times.
Despite it being Doctor Who with no Doctor in it.
No matter how many times the Doctor says that we are sexist pigs, we'll still be there.
Yeah.
Just to be like, we're not. See, we're watching.
We're there watching it, but we'll be like, oh, here we go again. Just wait till something... We'll be waiting for the day for it to redeem itself, Yeah,
maybe if it gets a new showrunner eventually, it'll stop. The first confrontation between the Doctor and the Dalek.
Is that with the hologram?
That's the hologram one, yeah.
The hologram was pretty good.
That was a good scene, I think. This is the most that the 13th Doctor has had some sort of sense of being in charge.
Control.
Yeah, being in control, like... I don't feel like we got that a lot from her in Series 11. But so when she's talking to the Dalek, we get that.
She had a plan this time.
It's your typical Doctor and Dalek dialogue.
Yeah.
You know, and it works. There's a formula to when a Doctor meets a Dalek for the first time. When a new Doctor meets a Dalek for the first time, there's always this formula, and it always works. You've always got this Doctor, like thinking, Jesus, Daleks are back. Get off this planet.
I'm here to defend this planet, but she flogged it off earlier in the episode. So I was like, Earth, what's that? It's completely flogged it off.
Yeah. She were gonna go to a planet that has New Year's Day every day. That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean it's New Year's Day every day? What do you mean a day is a year is a day long? Is that what you mean?
New Year every day.
Just a New Year every day.
It's got to be at least 2 days, hasn't it? Oh well. Moving on.
That's different. That's just a little throwaway line that she said.
Move on. So the next scene after that, it's the same. Basically, in the same scene, after talking with the Dalek, the Doctor then talks to Lynn
with a microphone.
Yeah, with the microphone.
Yeah. She snaps Lynn out of it. She talks to normal Lynn for a moment, just like, hold on, Lynn, you're fighting, you can do it.
That was really good. That was really good.
Good moment from Jodie again. She's. Like I said, this is the most doctory that I think Jodie's been.
You could feel the emotion when she was talking to Lynn. That's I think that was a good Doctor moment.
It was. She had the like
the empathy for the humans.
Yeah, she's
definitely.
After the Dalek brought a lot out of Jodie for me.
Yeah,
and if this is any indication as to how Series 12 will be, maybe we'll have more classic villains in Series 12. Then. This gives me hope. If Series 12 is of the quality of this episode, then we'll have a good series on our hands.
It will just redeem Series 11.
You know,
there is still a chance to bounce back,
and it doesn't have to be. We're not saying that you have to have old school villains to make Doctor Who good. It's just I think it helps bring a good performance out of an actor playing the Doctor.
It's what this show needed right.
It's what it needed.
Right.
It just needed that familiarity
now.
Because there was nothing like Series 11 didn't feel like Doctor Who sometimes.
So now let's talk about Unit. Oh my god,
what was this about? What happened? Right, we still don't know for the life of us what.
It was just a massive confusion. What on the phone on about fundings and stuff. I didn't understand it. Was it in reference to Doctor Who? Like
she was like
previous.
She was like, I'm going to call Unit. I was like. Yes, more.
We were like, get Unit involved.
Yes, I was not expecting Unit to be in this. Yes, she's like, I'm gonna call Kate Stewart.
This would excite like the fans. Like
get Kate Stewart in it. Get Kate Stewart. We haven't seen her since bloody Peter Capaldi's era.
It would have been absolutely lovely to bring her back.
We haven't seen her since what? Series 9.
Series 9.
Series 9 was when we last saw Kate Stewart, right? In the opening of Series 9. So I'm like, you know what? Kate Stewart. This would be really nice. I mean, when she said I'm gonna call help, I thought for a brief moment she was gonna call Captain Jack.
What we got was this miserable bastard on the headset.
What
on the
was
computer.
it? She tries to call for Unit, which we're thinking, great, Unit, nice, get him in.
We couldn't, for the love of God, find out what she was on about. We couldn't afford the funding. Does that mean that Unit doesn't exist because they can't afford to run the operations of Unit? Or is it that? Was it just like a reference to say, hang on, we're not doing that, it'll cost us
I don't know.
I don't, yeah.
We don't have a very good, knowledge of political stuff. Like, I like to stay out of it.
Yeah.
But I can't help but, I don't know. But when she asked, when the woman said Unit isn't around anymore, put on hold or whatever, the Doctor's like, how can it be put on hold? It's a required protection agency against aliens, against alien invasions, for Britain and for the world.
If it's supposed to be a secret organisation, you can just call up on the phone.
You know, but like, and the woman says Unit isn't around anymore. It's like, why? Because of lack of funding with Britain's international partners? I don't know what that means. Is that supposed to be some kind of political state? I don't know, but why? Why do that? So you're telling us that Unit isn't around anymore? Because
they did actually say that, well, Chris Chibnall did actually say that previous story arcs will be ending with the new series.
You can't end Unit like that.
I honestly thought that they wouldn't even mention Unit whatsoever from now on.
No, it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise, but Aaron, what they did to us, they hyped us up, teased us, then just let us down. They completely fooled us, man. They fooled everybody.
So now Unit apparently is indefinitely not a thing anymore. So and then she goes, we're on our own. So I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute. You can still get Kate Stewart to help you. I mean, just because she doesn't work for UNIT anymore, she could probably still help you. Why
go back in time? Get the
why can't you go find Kate, or like you say, go back in time and get the Brigadier? How good would that have been? You go get the Brigadier.
I wouldn't mind if it was a lookalike, you know. I won't mind that.
I mean, they did it with the first Doctor.
Yeah.
Do it with Brigadier. Do it with Summer. Why does UNIT not being around anymore have to stop you from finding Kate Stewart? Kate Stewart could still help you. Find Kate. I don't know. Surely you got Kate's personal number.
Moving on.
That was a part of it. Oh, Jesus.
Here's a strange moment for you that I find kind of odd, but it's when Graham has a Doctor moment, and when he tells Ryan's father, am I right?
Yeah, Ryan's dad, yeah.
That this is the TARDIS. It travels through time and space. Bit cheesy,
but the way Graham delivered it,
yeah. Oh my god,
it was a really, really good, and it makes you think, oh, maybe Graham, maybe Bradley Walsh should have been cast as the Doctor.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
the way he said that line, he just
had like a bit of smile.
Yeah, like a nice smile. It didn't feel forced. Bradley Walsh.
What could have been?
You know, like I don't know, but that was a cool little moment, wasn't it?
Right. Okay. Next, let's talk about the Dalek reveal. The Dalek itself, the look of the Dalek. What do you think about the Dalek?
I really like this look. I really like it.
It's a good look.
It was a good reveal. It looks good. The idea that it's been made out of parts out of like a scrapyard and stuff or whatever is really cool. Really good idea.
Aaron was generally terrified of a change of appearance, because what if it would have gone back to its?
I was expecting.
Daleks,
I mean, it is a different look, but I was expecting like something really drastic, like to a point where it didn't even look like a Dalek anymore. Because you know how much this series has been trying to differentiate itself from past Doctor Who. So I was thinking, are they even going to redesign the Daleks to look really different as well? I was nervous, but I was happy.
Thankfully, they didn't though. I can see why some fans may be upset.
Yeah, I can see it being very polarising. I can see people not liking it.
It's a bit here and there.
It's quite like thin, especially at the top part.
Yeah, because Kerry, my girlfriend, she didn't like it. She hated it. But then when I watched it back on BBC iPlayer, because I fell asleep during the episode because I've had a very long day. It's not because I was bored of the episode. I'll just state that right now. Yeah, she didn't like the fact how thin it was, like you said.
Yeah, it's just the top.
Right, fat, thin in sections. Yeah. I like it.
I like it. It still has the look of a Dalek, but I can see why it would like polarise people.
I can see this becoming an iconic Dalek to remember.
Yeah,
it's drastically different, but it still has the same concepts of the Dalek.
It's a Dalek, and it doesn't have a plunger anymore. Really, it's got
claws. It's got its new claw.
It's like claws. It doesn't have a toilet plunger anymore.
I like it.
I like the toilet plunger.
Really cool, and it's I don't know what this part is of the Dalek.
Well, like the neck.
I guess you could say the neck area, like
that's the bit that's like really
the grill. I like how that lights up red. The design of the Dalek was really good.
Yeah, I wasn't disappointed with the design of the Dalek.
It flies off, tries shooting the Doctor and everything. Then it goes to the army.
I mean, that confrontation with that second confrontation with the Doctor and the Dalek, that was a really good scene as well. That was again, what I mean when
this episode is kicked into overdrive now.
Yeah, you've had a good confrontation between the Doctor. At this point, the Dalek is about to shoot the Doctor, and the Doctor again overusing the screwdriver literally goes, no you don't. She literally uses a screwdriver to stop a Dalek from blasting her, and I'm thinking, you mean to tell me that Sonic Screwdriver has been able to stop a Dalek's blaster from working this entire time?
I'm just going to try to ignore that right
Convenience.
now. I'm just going to try to ignore that. Next, we have one of the best scenes in Doctor Who history with a Dalek. By God, I will say that right now.
That's a big thing to say.
This battle scene with the army. This is so better than the episode Dalek and the Pattern of Ways. This Dalek is it's full of destruction. It just destroys everything.
In this moment, it is
like the exterminations. Oh my God! Don't they seem so more powerful?
The exterminations actually have seem like they have more of an impact when they hit people. Like they feel like because like the camera when the beam hits someone and that whole X-ray when they see their skeletons and stuff, and the camera shakes intensely. Like it feels impactful when people get exterminated in this.
It feels like it definitely hurts when you get exterminated.
Yeah, really, really good. Oh. I mean, this scene was pretty badass with the Dalek versus the soldiers blasting rockets out of its.
I didn't know a Dalek could even fire that quick. It just going.
It was a really good scene. Run that poor guy.
You could just tell what he's going to say next. Just. Run!
Yeah.
Then that tank arrives. Wow. Where they shoot the rocket. Then now this Dalek has rockets of its own.
This Dalek has rockets in its little baubles on its like skirt. You know, it shoots. You know, its little skirt looking shape thing. You know,
I never thought of it as a skirt. I thought of it as its own little tank.
It's a tank. It's just
skirt, mate.
You see.
Get out.
You can see lady cosplayers dressed up in Dalek dresses, and that part's like a skirt. So
all right, I'll let you off.
Yeah. So
I'll let you off. It's true. But that's the cosplay, not the Dalek. Anyway, what did you think for that scene then?
That scene was badass.
Absolutely
The exterminations
brilliant.
were great. The Dalek was pretty badass.
Then it leads us to the ending where the Dalek goes.
Where the Dalek goes to that place to get information to
send a signal.
To the Dalek fleet.
The CG was poor. It's like the CG in this episode.
Brilliant. When it blasts through the ceiling and it comes down into that guy who says, "I mean you no harm." It's like, get lost. I'm gonna, Yeah, the CGI wasn't good in that moment, was it? It was pretty bad.
It's strange because it's been really good in some areas and it's just been shocking.
Yeah, the CGI was on and off. Sometimes it looked really good. Sometimes it looks a bit off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that leads to the the Dalek's about to send a signal to the Dalek fleet to take over Earth, as they always do.
I guess this leads us to the ending.
And this leads us to like the end of the episode where the Doctor comes down and lands in the, she tracks it down.
Very similar to the Parting of Ways.
No, this reminded me of Part in Other Ways because she comes out of the TARDIS and she's got the shield surrounding it. She comes out and the Dalek tries to shoot. And like in the Part in Other Ways, the series 1 finale, there's a shield surrounding the TARDIS protecting them. That just reminded me of that. A nice little... it probably wasn't a callback, but
Yeah. Then the Doctor turns the shield off, goes for a skid, as she says.
Yeah, this is quite irresponsible. Like, I know she planned it.
Doctor could have shot anybody.
Before we talk about that, this was like the third confrontation with the Doctor and the Dalek. Again, really good.
Which one?
It was this third one.
Yeah.
Where she's like, "You got one final warning. Get off this planet." And I'm like, this is good. Until she says, "This planet is protected by me and me mates." When she says "me mates," it ruined it. Just say "me." Just say it. If she'd have just stopped it at me, if she said, "This planet is protected by me,"
that would have worked.
That would have been
so much better.
But when she says, "This planet is protected by me and me mates,"
it sounds so childish.
No, you ruined it. Don't say that.
God.
You ruined it.
I think it's fair to say, this is sort of the personality of the Doctor, but I think it's just us nitpicking it, I suppose. But it is annoying every time she goes, "Me and my fam, my mates." Just please stop saying it. It's just the shields go down, then that's just like you say, irresponsible. What if the Dalek shot somebody else?
I mean, I get it.
Just expose your entirety of the companions to the Dalek, and
I know she's thinking, no, he won't bother exterminating my mates. They'll just go after me because I'm the Doctor, I'm the Dalek, I'm the enemy of the Daleks. Man. And she does this little baseball slide, and this Dalek that took out an entire army of soldiers gets defeated with a hug.
Yeah,
more or less.
With a hug.
They all just run to
presents.
They all just run to the Dalek, wrap their hands around it, and the Dalek's like, "Get off me! Get off me! My weapons are impaired!" And they just put like a bomb that like erodes the armor.
Like, no.
That's like, alright, this Dalek has been pretty badass, but that is the most underwhelming way you can defeat a Dalek. You run up to it, give it a big hug.
It was just wrapped up quickly.
Give it a big group hug. And then, that was pretty underwhelming, I won't lie.
But however, it was redeemed shortly afterwards. You could just hear the laughter of the Dalek going.
Yeah, the laughter, that was cool. And it had taken over Ryan's dad. This was cool. This was amazing. This led to a good thing.
This actually led to the most emotional scene of Jodie Whittaker's run so far. In my opinion,
I actually thought we were going to see more Daleks at this point because he said, "Take me to my Dalek fleet, or he'll die." And I
am so glad that didn't do that.
And I thought the Doctor was actually going to take her to the fleet. I thought, we're going to see more Daleks. But I'm not annoyed that we didn't. I know that she ended up just taking him to like a dying star to suck the Dalek out, which was a
bit dangerous.
It was a bit dangerous. She even said herself, "It's not working." Like she started to panic herself. She was like so cocky. She was like, "Oh, did I mention Dalek? Not a fleet. It's a dying star." Opens the door. Aaron's getting Ryan's dad's getting sucked out.
Yeah, he should. No, he's like, think about it. This massive pressure forcing you out. He's just stood there still. He's not grabbing onto anything. At first, you don't hold on to anything like that. Why can't Yaz just fall out? He's gonna go, "Whoa!"
Oh yeah, you're gonna let Yaz get sucked out. Get rid of her. It's not working. It's not sucking it in. Eventually, all the companions are like, "It's not working, Doctor." And eventually, she's like, Yeah, it's not working. Ryan has a really good performance here.
Yeah.
He's really like putting in real emotion here because you really think that. Because I actually really thought Ryan's dad was going to die here. I actually thought he was going to die.
I completely thought that too.
Ryan's acting in this scene was good, as irresponsible as this plan was. Because even at one point, the Doctor herself thinks he's going to get sucked in. Because she's like, can you? What's going to happen to him or something like that? She's like, he's going to get sucked in with it. I'm like, Doctor, come on, sort it out.
And Ryan
Eventually
goes.
He's holding on. He's holding on to the door.
He's like, Ryan goes. Ryan is very brave.
Ryan brave goes to save him. He's really good performance. A really
I love you, Dad. Fight it, Dad.
And you got really good shit me pants looks here from Ryan's dad.
And he gets saved. That just goes as it flies off into the abyss. Basically,
I felt quite sorry for that Dalek. To be fair,
true.
But yeah, good performance from Ryan there. Telling his dad that he loves him.
It was so childish because let go of me.
Oh yeah, he was like, leave my dad alone. What did he say? I've got it written down there. I'm pretty sure he says, leave my dad alone. Leave my dad alone.
Yeah,
childish.
Leave my dad alone.
Dalek's gone. Everyone's saved. Yippee. So,
it was alright.
It was alright.
So it said like part 1 underwhelming, then part 2 brought it back up again. Then the ending was wrapped up nicely, with the narration going over it. And overall, I thought this is the best episode of Jodie Whittaker's run.
Yeah, for me, this has been the best episode of Jodie's run.
You see, we're giving this a lot of praise, but as we said, when it's compared to the rest of New Who, it sits fairly average. Maybe a 6 out of 10.
I just think that Doctor Who combining old stuff with new stuff. You can have episodes with old stuff and new stuff. I just think it works better. And this was a simple fact. And as I said before, if this is an indicator of what Series 12 will be like, I'm excited. And now we have to go an entire year.
We're invested. We want more.
Now we have to go an entire year without...
Yeah, we have to go throughout the entire year. But we said Jodie Whittaker has potential. We have seen some of that potential.
She had good moments in this episode, and I'm more on board with her now. She hasn't had that proper good I am the Doctor moment. That has yet to come. But after this episode, I'm pretty on board with her, to be honest.
Give it a rating then.
6.5 out of 10, boy. That's kind of us combining our rating into one. We did have individual ratings, and that's the best middle ground that we could come to.
Yeah, he wanted to say 7. I wanted to say
7. He wanted to say 6, but we had 6.5. Good middle ground, you know.
On that note, thank you for watching and making it to the end of the video. Finish it off. Finish the outro.
Yes, this was a very long installment. We did actually make notes for this one, and we talked more in order and more in depth about.
We tried, folks. We tried. We do care about this series.
Yeah, because we know
we want to release it weekly, but it's been hard.
Yeah,
it's been hard.
We know with the last video we did about Series 11, it was all over the place. We talked about different things like in weird orders.
We've got a bit of a structure going now, and we're going to try and keep up with the consistency. I know we said it's going to be Aquaman. We do apologise, but we're
still getting us foot in the ground, you know.
Yeah.
We've got new stuff for Christmas to help us keep this going, so just bear with us. We're going with it. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you enjoyed and you want more episodes of Film Topic. Hell, even click that little bell button to get notified whenever we upload anything.
Yeah, because it's always going to be premiered every single week.
Every week. So thank you very much.
We're going to try every week anyway.
So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And see you in the next installment of Film Topic.